Alright everyone, so welcome to another video, and on this one we're going to be talking about my Model 1B. Now this model can be used just the way it is. I'm going to show you everything there is to know about using this model to finding daily bias. So like I said, if you haven't watched any of my previous daily bias content, you must look at it before watching this stuff, okay? You must look at all my other daily bias stuff. I'll link it down in the description below. And with that being said, let's begin. Okay, so this is the checklist or notes for this particular model. These notes are not set in stone, so if you guys want, you can change them up, do whatever you want, experiment with them if you want. Do whatever it is that you think works best for you. These are just things that I noticed when it comes to using this model. Now, if there are certain things set in stone, I'll let you know. But for the most part, most of it you can essentially change up on your own. Okay, so let's start with the first one being, are kill zones required? Kill zones are definitely required for sure. Kill zones must be used with this system for best results possible. I highly suggest you only use kill zones when trading with this model, just because there's so many bad trades that can come out if you don't use kill zones. Next thing is more than one trade. No more than one trade a day with this system. If you guys are going to use this particular model, I highly suggest that you do not trade more than once. Usually if the trade goes bad for you, it's probably not going to go any better. So please just stick to one trade at a time or one trade a day with this system. Next is, does this require some kind of break-even system? And the answer is yes. I would recommend you guys go to break even at some point, especially when using this type of model for your bias. And by the way, the reason why it's called Model 1B, the B stands for bias. Next is try not to go above 2RR if possible. If possible, guys, don't go above a 2 risk to reward, just because I've noticed that once it hits that 2RR, it doesn't really give you much more than that. Sometimes it can, but it's not worth the risk, to be honest. At least not with what I noticed when backtesting it. Now, can this be used during news? Yes, just don't trade during these events, which is NFP, FOMC, and CPI, alright? Don't trade these during these times or events regardless. Now, can other models be used with this? Yes, you can use other models of bias or other ways of finding your bias or session bias, like the pitchfork, the daily open, advanced candlestick theory, which is my theory, whether it's on the 12-hour time frame and up. You can use IRL to ERL, supply and demand. I recommend pairing it up with volumized order blocks, so there's an indicator that you can use to find the volume in the order blocks. So I do highly recommend that if you are going to pair this model with supply and demand, find the order blocks that have the most volume in them. Next is, can other trading strategies be used with this? Yes. All current scalping / intraday trading strategies and future strategies, unless told not to be used. So if you're trading any of my current strategies, you can use this model with those strategies to give you a slightly better edge. And if you have your own trading strategies, you can definitely try it out and see if it works best for you. Now I'm using the ICT EMA periods, and if you want, I'll cut to that part of where ICT uses these EMAs, but please keep in mind these EMAs are mainly used for swing trading, but I found a way to use them for scalping as well. Let's look at that video real quick.
This works on all currency pairs, all markets, all asset classes as well. Okay, and I'll let you see what these settings are so that you guys can relax and know what they are. It's exponential moving average, 20 period on the close, and the other one is a 10 period exponential on the close. Okay, so that way you have everything that's on my chart now.
All right, so next is best to trade on the 15-minute, not any lower / higher. If you do, use stronger confluences on the lower time frame. Now I recommend strictly only trading with the 15-minute time frame if you are going to use this type of model. I will show you some examples and maybe some example on the lower time frame, but I really do strongly recommend you just use this on the 15-minute. Now this does trade well on US 30 and under other indices, and it trades even better with futures, but you can use this on any other pair or asset but in my opinion, from my back testing, I've noticed that it does really well with US30 and any other indices and futures assets. And yes, this works well with any trading method, especially order blocks. So if you are someone that trades mainly order blocks with fair value gaps, I really do suggest you pair this type of model to use for daily bias and for your trading. Okay, now with this being said and done, let's move on to the actual model itself. Okay, so real quick, let me show you the settings. And by the way that you can find the indicator that I'm going to use will be in the description below. Now, yes, I am using an indicator for this, and the reason why is because I wanted to start this series off with the easiest form of finding daily bias. And considering that I am using ICT's method, I don't see why not. So I want you to copy these settings right here, the 4 hour, the 1 day, and the 1 week, and the show average. Use all of these settings, 10 to 20, the EMA type. Well, yeah, moving average type, it would be an EMA, and just make sure you copy it exactly the way I have it, okay? Exactly the way I have it. You can't change the colors to how you want, but this is the way I've kept the colors, okay? It's just personal preference. I'm probably gonna keep this one a little brighter, like this one here. Yeah, so it's up to you guys, but I really do recommend you keep it like this, okay? Now, normally I am not a fan of using indicators, but like I said, since ICT does use this, and we'll be pairing it up with a little bit of price action, it's going to be really useful. All right, so let's jump into a quick example. So let me find, okay, replay, and then I'm going to use the random. Okay, and I'm just going to trade whatever I can spot. Okay, I'm not trading any particular strategy. I'm just going to be trading whatever I see. Okay, so, and I'll also explain a little bit how the method works here. So as you can see, everything says up, average is strong up, right? So we're obviously going to look for buys. Now, sometimes you can get away with one of these being in the red, but make sure it's only one of them and not all of them. If two more are in red, don't trade, okay? Just make sure you're trading with a clear indication, especially if all of them line up correctly. All right, so let's see here. We are going to, yep, so we are in the 8 a.m. kill zone. Let's see, we're going up. Okay, let me do just a quick analysis here. Looks like price might be tapping into that demand. Let me see if I can get something else. This is we're going to go moving up. Okay, so I'm not a fan of this candle so much, but just for the sake of this trade, I'm gonna put my stop loss here. I'm gonna enter right here, and then I'm just gonna go for, like, just so you guys know that I'm not too greedy, I'm gonna go for a 1-to-1, because you don't need to go for these crazy RRs. Okay, so 1-to-1 here. I would probably make a break even, so before going to break even, I'm gonna set it at a 2R. Okay, because this high was also broken right here, right? I still had a breakup structure here on this one. So I guess it would be safe to sort of move it to break even. And let's see price move. Perfect. Okay, so that's just one example. And as you saw, I used the random bar. I did not choose this day specifically. As you can see, all I used was this and a little bit of a price action, just basic, right? Marking up my demand, seeing how price reacted. Got in on this candle right here. Easy 2R. Okay, let's move on with the next example. Okay, so again, replay. Random bar. All right, so let's go here. What is this? It's weird. I don't remember turning that on. Okay, so let's let this play out. Now remember, guys, too, not all daily bias models are going to be perfect, so keep that in mind. I already saw this part. Hold on, I don't want to ruin it for you guys. But as you can see, it was all ups, so it don't matter. Fine. Okay, so yeah, here we have another one. So strong ups. Tuesday. All right, yeah, so let's see. Clearly we have bullish price action, right, confirming our indicator. So we have this right here. I would say this would be kind of like an area of demand, and now we have possibly another area of demand. Looks like it's already been reacted off of here. So let's see if I can get another rejection, nice positive rejection, and then I'll probably enter for a trade. You know what? Looks like it's trying to engulf it. You know what? I'm going to enter here. And then I'm gonna put my stop loss like maybe down here. I know it's a pretty big stop loss. Then again, I'm gonna go for a 1-to-1. Okay, 1-to-1 here. Gonna go for a 2R. Oh, would you look at that, 2R is already hit. And then break even, right? So as you can see, 2R and the break even system is always good to have. And look, as soon as I hit 2R, price starts going back down. So that's why I say keep it at 2R, no more than 2R. All right. And as you can see, these weren't cherry picked. These were just examples that I chose to do on the random bar. Okay, so they were not cherry picked. So I'm going to show you maybe one more example, but we're going to use the lower time frame, maybe like a 5 or a 1 minute. Okay, so let's jump on to that next example. Okay, so real quick, copy down these settings. Okay, real quick, and then we're going to be on the 1 minute. Again, bar replay, random bar. Now for this, you have to make sure they're all aligned, just because we're trading on such a quicker time frame. So you have to have them all lined up, all of them. Not a single one could be in the opposite direction. And again, kill zones very important. So 225. So we're just gonna try to see if we can skip forward to the kill zone. I know I usually use the 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. kill zone, but for this example, I left it at the 8 a.m. kill zone, New York time. 6. Crap. Give me a sec. Okay, let's go back. My bad. Okay. So 750. 5. Okay, so this is on the opposite. Everything says down except the 4 hour. So I'm going to skip to the next one. Okay, so yeah, I lined up. It's kind of too late. Let's see, it's a little too late. I mean, maybe if I can get a retracement on the 50%, then sure, I'll get in. But until then, it probably doesn't seem like I'm getting in anywhere. I have 924. I mean, you could get in here. Stop loss at that high. Again, let me just go for that 2R. Wait. Okay, there we go. All right, so 2R. All right, so as you saw, I waited for everything to line up. Price almost retraced into it, but once I saw the accumulation here, meaning price did not want to go past this small order block that was on the 50%, price started accumulating, and then I saw these two engulfing candles. So I thought, why not enter? Went for my 2R. I should have gone to break even at some point, but it's fine. And yeah, you know, nothing crazy, but keep in mind, you have to keep a break-even system. All this has to line up, and whatever you do, do not force a trade. All right, and please just stay on the 15-minute. It's a lot easier and a lot more safer. Okay, so if you do want this Notion list, you can copy it. I will leave it in the description below. Don't forget to back test the model that I'm showing you. Don't just use it blindly. And remember, you can use it with all my current scalping strategies and any of your future strategies that you guys are currently making, or if you already have one. And if you have any questions, comments, or any ideas on this particular model, you can let me know down in the comments section or in the Discord. Again, the Discord's free. You can ask me anything on there, and I will do my best to reply as fast as I can. But I am pretty busy, so please be very patient. And if you have any ideas or videos that you want me to touch up on, whether it's an ICT video or a concept, let me know. I have a form in the description as well that you guys can use to submit any content ideas that you want me to take a look at. And yeah, I will do my best to respond to everything that you guys send me. So please send me all your questions, whether it's on Instagram, Discord, Twitter, wherever it is that you can find me. I'll do my best to reply. But with that being said, guys, God bless. I will see you guys soon in the next one. Peace.